The Palestinian Authority has turned down an offer by Israel to send in 1 million coronavirus vaccines or doses of the vaccine, I should say. The Palestinians saying the doses which Israel began shipping to the occupied West Bank are too close to expiring and do not meet their standards. Palestinian officials have come under heavy criticism on social media after the agreement was announced, many accusing them of accepting subpar vaccines and suggesting they might not be effective.
Every member of the Portland Police's crowd control squad resigned from their positions in the unit in protest after an officer was indicted for allegedly assaulting a protester during a demonstration last year. The acting chief of the Portland Police Bureau said the mass resignation was unprecedented, but that the organization was resilient. Portland Police Bureau Officer Corey Budworth was indicted on Tuesday with 1 count of 4th-degree assault, a misdemeanor, stemming from what prosecutors said was an, quote, excessive and unlawful use of force during a protest last summer. The Portland Police Union called the indictment, quote, politically driven, and said the officer, quote, has been caught in the crossfire of agenda-driven city leaders and a politicized criminal justice system.
This General Assembly resolution calls for an end to arms sales to Myanmar. It comes after calls from Myanmar's ambassador to the UN, who has been disowned by the military junta but is still recognised by the United Nations, to take stronger action. He voted in favour of the resolution but said that it had been considerably watered down. He had been seeking a full arms embargo. Well, the resolution calls on the Myanmar military to respect democratic election results and to release political detainees. 119 member states voted in favour, 1 against, and 36 abstained, including Russia, which sells arms to Myanmar's military. It condemned the resolution's country-specific nature. China said that what's happening in Myanmar is a domestic matter and that history's shown that sanctions and pressure will only make things worse.
Practicing how to keep the peace. Britain's troops train alongside Serbian forces in a country the UK once bombed as part of a NATO mission. Now, the two sides fight together against fake terrorists in a show of unity. But one of Britain's real rivals, Russia, may eye this renewed friendship with suspicion. The British Defence Secretary said the Balkans matter for the security of Europe.
We don't come here to, or any other part of the world, to sort of seduce or cause problems. We come here to provide partnership.
Could relations between London and Moscow also eventually be fixed?
A court in Hong Kong has denied bail to 2 executives of the pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily. Editor-in-chief Ryan Law and parent company CEO Chung Kim-hung were arrested 2 days ago under the city's national security law. They've been charged with collusion with a foreign country to endanger national security in a case widely seen as an attack on press freedom in the semi-autonomous Chinese territory. Police said another 3 executives would remain under investigation. Chief Magistrate Victor So said there was not sufficient grounds to believe they would not violate the security law again, and he ordered them to be held until the next hearing on August 13th.
Only a small portion of 23-year-old Win Lee's face could be seen at her arraignment in Orange County Superior Court.
First of all, Ms. Lee, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you okay.
The image of 24-year-old Mark Ariz never appeared.
Mr. Ariz, can you hear us okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Both pleaded not guilty to charges related to the shooting death of 6-year-old Aiden Leos. May 21st, his mother was driving him to kindergarten when prosecutors say Ariz shot at her car due to road rage. Bail was initially set at $2 million for him, but revoked Friday due to another incident where Ariz is accused of brandishing his gun at a driver a week after Leos' death.
The court finds very alarming, very alarming. Because of that, it seems to me that Mr. Ariz is a complete danger to the community, to society.
Behind the monitor, Lee's parents sat together hand in hand. Her bail is currently set at $500,000. Her public defender calling that unreasonable.
On the beat and on the run. Tensions flare in Strathfield Station.
Do you know how many cops I punched in the head? Hey, push me! Come push me, bro! Come push me! I'll please come home from work.
More than 700 police out in force, cracking down on weapons, drugs and violence on our streets. This is Operation Sabre, a citywide blitz targeting criminals in train stations, shops, pubs and on the roads.
So $5 grand, 5-3 there. What is this? It's a torch. It's a torch that folds out to be a baton.
Typically, what do you kind of find on operations like this?
Typically, mostly drugs and drug paraphernalia, as well as knives.
In just 2 days, 207 people were charged, officers seizing knives, bats, drugs, guns, even a flashbang grenade like those used by counter-terrorism police.